All right. Hello, hello. Let me make sure everything is working. Okay. I I think everything is working now. All right. Actually, hold up. Is the chat box working like it should? Possibly. I didn't change that. I did change like my background just so it didn't say Dragon Age 2 since we're not doing that today. But I'm not sure if okay, I think it is working. Yay! All right, let me pull this all up. Perfect. All right, we're gonna give people just like a second before I start this. So I'll go over like my plan for today. Luna is here too. She's very excited. I have not seen this just yet. It started playing right whenever I pulled this up. It was like, no, wait. So I definitely want to watch this today, and I want to watch it like one time where I'm not stopping it, like I'm just watching it all the way through. And then I want to watch it again. And then we can just like break it down and pause and talk about everything. But I although I haven't seen it and I've been trying to avoid the timeline, people are very loud. And so I have like seen little snippets of things, and it's nothing that like I haven't seen everything. And the thing I saw, I wasn't like how should I say this? I wasn't surprised by as far as like that happening, but also surprised it was shown in a trailer. But I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to talk about it. I also have my adult orange juice with me, so I'm gonna take this up. All right. And then after we watch this trailer, I think I want to go back and see like all the other trailers that were released just so I can kind of like absorb everything that's been released about this as far as like the trailers. I know there's like some articles that have come out, and I don't really want to dive into that today, but I think there was like something released in the BioWare gear store. I could be wrong. It could have been just like released through if you like do the pre-purchase or whatever. So I do want to look into all that as well, just so I'm like really caught up on what's happening. Yeah, Luna. Um okay, but hi everyone. I'm excited to like actually get into this. I just like have not been into the fandom life in a little bit. Okay. Don't start. Let me pull this all the way up. Rated M. We were all expecting that. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna shut up.
You have no idea what you have done.
We've
The
heard
blighted elven gods walked free, all because you disrupted my ritual.
Tell him.
You battle against gods. They will not rest until you are on your knees. Fearful, cowering, helpless in the face of such power.
I know that voice.
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. You're clever, adaptable. And you don't know
Dragons look
when
so
to
good.
quit.
That's a better view of
You
it.
want allies to go after the gods?
Yes.
I've got places to look.
Where do we start?
Oh my god.
I'll be damned. A griffin. In war, victory. I'm ready.
I've never seen this before. There's something kind of exciting about it.
Oh, it's so pretty.
What is happening to me?
Let the fade draw close.
Draw the dragon out into the open. Then attack.
Ooh,
You and me, Rook.
finally get to hear it.
Maybe that's what scares me.
These are the times in which legends are born or slain.
I'm holding my thoughts. I'm holding my thoughts.
Our gods are back. Our gods. How do we stand against that?
I believe in all of us. So let's get it done.
Yes. Oh. Oh, okay. I have to watch it again immediately because, like, I feel like so much just happened in that one trailer. Um, thoughts. Yes, I heard that voice and I was like, that's Morgan, and I thought she wasn't coming back. That's exciting. I always thought that was weird that she wouldn't be coming back considering Inquisition. Like, why wouldn't she be? um, I have a lot of thoughts on that in itself. I need to put a pin in that. Okay, so the one thing I did see, like, on the timeline, I did see people do a screenshot of, like, the Dreadwolf. So I was like I said, I wasn't surprised because I knew we were going to be seeing him, like, obviously. But I was surprised they showed it in the trailer. But I love that he's absolutely fighting with us because he's fighting against a dragon, a blighted god. So, but yeah, right, like, the only reason I didn't consider her, I guess I should read these comments in case y'all can't see this, but yeah, let's see, I didn't consider Morgan appearing again, but it makes all sense. Yes, exactly. Like, I mean, she's a pretty big, significant part, at least, like, the ending part of Inquisition, and not part of Inquisition really sets up this next chapter, so it makes sense that she would be a part of it, also considering... Let me, like, before I get into all my thoughts, let's, like, break it down. Let me, like, go back a little bit, all the way from the beginning. So first of all, this area, hold on, I don't know why it looks so grainy. Hold on one second. It's a 1080p. Okay, interesting. Right, but, like, it's like, okay, I'll pause my thoughts about Morgan whenever we get there, but okay, so first of all, this black and white area, I'm assuming is, like, the fade that they go through during the ritual, because this, correct me if I'm wrong, this looks like the ritual setup that we saw in the last trailer. And, like, I can go back to that trailer and review it, but, like, in my mind, that's what it looked like. And it looks like Rook and Solus here is what I'm assuming from this. And so I'm assuming this is in the fade. And my first thoughts are actually on the colors, because we've never seen, I mean, I don't think we've ever seen the fade in black and white before, so that's interesting. Let me, like,
The blighted elven gods walk free. All because you.
Hold on. Go back. I want to see that face. He looks so good. Can we just, like, talk about this for a moment? Like, look, he's got the little scar that has to be there, and his eyes just look so good. Oh my god, I'm so excited. He looks so good. Yeah, I see, like, a little bit of the freckles. Again, like, the lighting kind of, like, is making that part a little bit difficult. And we kind of saw this coming. Like, this part of the trailer is not unexpected. This is kind of like the setup of the story, right? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But my thoughts again are, like, why is this all black and white? We've never seen the fade in black and white before. I don't know why my brain is, like, stuck on that. It's just, like, I think it's also thinking about Trespasser whenever you enter into the crossroads. And I love how he is angry in a calm way. I love that about him. Every time, like, you take him out on quests or just like whenever you're taking him out like scouting and he has like a conversation that's like an argument with someone else, he's very calm about it, but he's also very much like, no, I know what I'm talking about. Or if it's a case where you say something that he hadn't considered, he's like, oh, okay, I'll consider that. That makes sense. Like, I love how calm he is, even whenever he is like very much like, I know what I'm talking about and I'm angry. But yes, exactly. So I was trying, yeah, thank you. In Trespasser, if you're not an elf, the fade is less colorful. And so that's where my thoughts were actually going here, right? So whenever you go into the crossroads, which isn't exactly the fade, but whenever you're in the crossroads at least, it is very much more muted if you're not an elf. I didn't know that because I always played as an elf, and then I saw people like cross comparing, and I was like, oh yeah, it is very different if you play it as an elf or not an elf, of how the crossroads look. So I'm curious because obviously the rook that they're showing here is a human. I'm curious how this would look like if you play as an elf. Um, yeah, yeah. Right. So you think as an elf it would have more colors? I'm not sure. I'm not saying like I know what's going to happen, but I'm just wondering if that's going to happen. Okay.
You disrupted my ritual.
Exactly. This is the ritual site.
You battle against gods. They will not
My
rest
favorite thing.
until you are on your knees.
When I heard that like knees, like just the way that cadence was, I was like, that's Morgan.
Fearful.
Okay. Hold up. What are we seeing here? What is all this? So this is like a tree? Or is it like moving? Hold on.
Full.
It is moving a little bit. Oh yes! Yes, this is my Dreadwolf shirt. And it's very Halloween, so I think they knew what they were doing from a long time ago. But I mean, Dragon Age does give Halloween vibes, and it's my favorite holiday, so I'm excited about that. Dreadwolf. Okay, so I'm trying to understand where they are here. It seems very like
Cowering.
a
Helpless.
blighted
in the face of
area in
such
a way.
power.
The dragons look so good.
Rook, you've got this.
This seems like
I've seen your work.
the beginning part again.
You're clever.
He's seen his work, so like, does he? I'm so curious about like how,
You don't know
why
when
he's
to
named Rook
quit.
and why Varric knows him so well. That looks beautiful. This game just looks so pretty. I wouldn't be shocked, right? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if he does. I wouldn't be shocked if if this is the last round for him. I just hope, I'm not like, my only hope is if they do go that route with him, that it's done really well. I'd be really upset if, like, I'm not super connected to that character. I know everyone else is, but I'm not. But I feel like writing-wise, like, if you're gonna do that with any character, do it right. So I'm still, like, hopefully that's handled really well. We'll see. Right. Yeah. It is like the tone that he's talking to. Look at that Illuvian. That is so cool. Oh my god. And I just love the whole like setup of this story. Like, I mean, that's why I loved Inquisition so much, especially when we were getting towards the end. I was like, oh my gosh, we're getting into this realm of like kind of mythology, kind of like Thetis mythology, and into the realm of like gods and fighting them and all that. And that's just like always so much fun for me. Like, probably because if I could fight God, that'd be fun. But let's not talk about that too much. Okay.
I've got places to look.
Where do we start?
Arlathon. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what I've been waiting for. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look. It's a Dreadwolf, right? And that's a bigger one. They are shaped a little bit different now. And it kind of like, once we get to when we see him, it kind of looks more like him. Okay. So I'm gonna hold my thought for a second. I'm gonna keep going.
I'll be damned.
You're happy we'll get different statues? Yeah, and I think that's really cool because like they have kind of like changed throughout the games, right? I really loved the Inquisition ones, but they literally just looked like big wolves. This one looks a little bit different, right? Like it looks just, there's something else to it. It looks like not just like a big wolf, right? Looks a little bit more magical. Oh, he looks so good. I really love this character design. Like I love like the outfit. His ears look really good. I don't know why, just like the way they're shaped. It's just like, it looks really good. I really love his design. Yeah, like I really loved like the Inquisition versions. It's just like this one looks just like slightly like, it looks a little bit more like Finn Harel and not just a big wolf.
Agree.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to know his story. Like, how is there a griffin? And is he the only one? I hope he's not the only one. And there better be more. Oh my god. Look at those ears. And that little face, like the eyelashes. Oh my god. He is so cute. So cute. Okay, so interesting look. I mean, not a big deal here, but interesting look on the Darkspawn. They just look like not like just zombies. They look like a little bit something else. Like they look a little bit more like blighted, like how they should look like, right? And I like that. There's a book short story about it, about the griffins coming back. Oh, there is? Oh. Yeah, okay. I need to look into that. But yeah, they look blighted, which is what I would want them to look like. I don't, you know, zombies are boring. I've honestly been bored by the whole Darkspawn plotline, so I'm really hoping this makes me not bored and I get much more invested in it, and I hope I'm excited from what I'm seeing.
War.
His gear looks so good.
Victory.
Awesome. Like, he looks like he's getting bigger. We're gonna watch him grow up. Oh my god. Right, exactly. The red lyrium is kind of what I was looking at. Like, because my understanding, red lyrium is blighted lyrium, right? Like, that's what we learn, at least in Inquisition. Hold up. I know people have been talking about his wings. I don't know why I missed that before. Why does he have wings? They probably tell you that in the book that he's in.
I'm ready.
Hold up. Wait. Okay, hold on. Interesting. So they're like magical wings. Like they appear and disappear too. They're not just like always there. Oh, wait, do all crows have that? It's like either a demon possessing him or like a crow ability. Okay, so when I first saw, is it Lucanus or I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but when I first saw him and I saw like the purple eyes, I was like, is he possessed? Like, does he have a demon in him or something else? Something that we might learn more about in, like, my other theory is it's not demon, it's like Evanuris related. So, maybe there's that. Okay.
I've never seen.
Hold up. Where are they? So this is giving Elven Ruins to me at least, or maybe Minmathis. I can't tell. I can't tell. We'll see. We'll see.
I've never seen this before.
But she's a veil jumper, so this could just be like, I mean, I feel like Elven Ruins makes sense.
There's something kind of exciting.
This has got to be another Elven artifact. Like, you know, like the orb that we were dealing with last time.
Reading about it.
Wait. This is Dwarven. I don't know if the other part is Dwarven, but this is Dwarven. Okay. Okay, no, it was just moving to a different scene. Oh, there's them again. Yeah, they're definitely like just leaning into like the blighted stuff, which is perfect. That makes a lot more sense than just looking like dead people. I even forgot about this. Hold up. She has like, it's like her veins are lighting up like lyrium would. And then, oh my God. Sanders power, you're right. I was first jumping to Solus and I was like, but maybe they're connected somehow. I'm not sure. Okay. Interesting.
What is happening to me?
Oh, okay. Right. You see people talking about Titans. I know they've got to play at least like some part in this. Maybe not even a huge part, but they've got to at least be somewhat mentioned. Is this the necropolis of like Navarra? Okay, before I go forward with this part, what I think is fascinating, here, for sure, elves and dwarves are connected. They started hitting at it in Witch Hunt and then more in Descent. I'm so excited for that storyline to continue. Yeah, I think there's definitely some, and also like just the way, like not to like always bring it back to Solus, but the way that Solus talks about dwarves and like just the way he talks about it. I don't have anything like off the top of my head, but I do want to like go through Inquisition now and just like a rundown of everything he says about it. Because there's definitely some type of connection between the two, and I don't know what that connection is, but I'm definitely thinking we're going to explore that more in here, especially since they're touching on this whole plot line with magic reintroducing itself to the dwarves, or for the first time. I'm not sure if they ever had it. Okay, so this has got to be the necropolis, right? Let the fade draw close. So is he like, okay, I'm just gonna let that. I guess it makes sense. I'm thinking what he means by that. Let the fade draw close. I guess it would make sense. And speaking of Halloween, my thoughts will get there in a second, but like, there's always this concept of, you know, like the veil between the living and the dead, right? And on Halloween, it's like that's when the veil is like that's whenever our worlds most collide, right? So it would kind of make sense. I'm not sure how I'm trying to formulate this thought and it's not really coming out right. It kind of makes sense that there might be some like necromancy at play there that could connect to the fade somehow. Right, exactly. Like dead souls go to the fade, is my understanding. You might romance him. Unless Lucanus does. I literally still have no idea because my thoughts are just like, I just can't think through. I love that everyone else is. I just like, I have no idea who Rook is going to be until I see Rook and play around with them. And I don't know who they're going to romance until I get to know them. Draw the dragon out into the open. So I like how we're definitely going to have plot lines that are more interactive with the dragons. Because like in Inquisition, there's a ton of dragons, right? Like that's like, you know, you have to go, that's like the trophy hunting thing, right? Unfortunately. But there's not really like a plot line with the dragon until like, you know, close to the end. But I like how this is like, they're going to be more intertwined with the plot now, which is exciting. Oh my god, yeah, that's a huge claw. They look so good.
Then attack.
I'm really interested in them to see like who they are, what they're like what their background is. I think their character design is like amazing. And also written by my favorite writer. So,
You and me, Rook. Maybe that's what scares me.
hold up. Hold up. Velociraptor, or I don't know how to pronounce that. Deinonychus, Deinonychus? I'm not sure. Oh my god. Ooh, we're in Elven Ruins here. Morgan, I swear to God. Hold up. What are you doing in Elven Ruins? And if I have an Elven Inky, or, well, I mean, yes, if Inky's involved in this part, but if I have an Elven Rook, what are you going to say to them?
These are the times
Okay.
in
Okay.
which legends
And okay, so there's kind of like, I mean, there's two major paths you can take with Morgan in Inquisition. She can either drink the well or not drink the well, right? And that has big implications for the Inquisitor as well. And what I'm curious about here is this just Morgan regardless if she drank it or not drank it? Or is this Morgan that did drink it? Or is this Morgan who didn't, right? Like, is this scene or that we see her and how she looks right now not impacted by that decision, or is it impacted by that decision? Yes, Daisy did drink from the well, and so I'm horrified, but I will get to that in just a second. Notice the crown she wears. Oh, is that Flim's crown? Oh no. Wait. Unless she killed her. Then I'd be like, go queen. Wait, but she is kind of dead, but kind of not. I don't know what's happening with her, with Flemethal. I have no idea. And I'm curious. I'm not sure if I'm scared because it's like, there could be a number of reasons why she has that. Concerned, but again, it kind of goes back to that if this is like, let's say that this isn't a scene that's like, this isn't a guaranteed look for her or something like that. Like let's say this is, she did drink from the well of stars. What does that mean? What does that imply at that point? And then if she didn't, what does that also implied? It kind of implies like less, right? But then I have questions like, what if your Inky is the one who did? What happens? What happens between Morgan and Inky? Like, are there scenes like, I don't know. I just have a lot of thoughts and questions here. Right. And that was my thought. I'm like, maybe, but I hope not. I've said this before, and I only, like, I regret saying it because, like, I love angst, and so I want certain angsty storyline plots, but I always want a happy ending. So bear with me. I would love a moment where Llewellyn is, like, possessed by an Evanurus or in controlled one. I would love that, because, like, imagine the angst, especially if, like, Solus is involved in that scene and everything like that. Like, imagine. Beautiful. Peak cinema. But it would need to end happily. Like, you know, Catch Fedora, because there's a scene that happens there, right? Like, it's gotta end okay. Okay.
are born or slain.
Ooh. So she's definitely gonna help out big time. And again, makes me question, like, how much is that is just Morgan and her plotline in this, and how much of it is because she drank the Well of Sorrows or didn't, right? And, like, how does that impact the Inquisitor's storyline in this? Just a lot of questions from that. I'm feeling hopeful because so many of the devs are allowed solo villains. Yeah, that does give me a lot of hope. Like, I think, like, I can understand when people are like, hey, like, I get that the solo villains are getting talked about, but I want to talk about me. I get that whenever it comes to, like, that stage, right? I get it. But you have to understand, like, this is talking to those people that get, like, upset about that. It's like, we have been left on, like, the biggest cliffhanger of all time. And, like, he's obviously a main character in this story, and then we know Inquisitor is coming back and going to be at least I think a significant part of the plot, because how can they not be? So it's like, obviously we're a bit worried about what's going to happen. So I think it is helpful that devs are talking about it a bit and trying to be a little bit reassuring. I think that is warranted, and I think it's helpful. Like, not even talking about like the romance itself, like just like, I feel like this is something that they should be telling people, like, yeah, we are going to address this, and yes, like, they want to give some hope, because like, who wants to play a game where you go into it knowing it's just like there's no hope? Who wants to do that? I mean, I get some people want to play the tragic realm, but most people, I don't think, want to play a game that's going to let their hopes down. I think that's just a general sentiment. So of course, like, I think it makes sense for the devs to be like, it's okay, like, come on, come play this, it's fine, right? Like, I think it makes perfect sense why they're doing that. Okay. I don't know, this dude cracks me up. Okay. Hello. Happy to have you here. I'm starting to feel the hype now. Like, I haven't really been in the zone, but I'm excited. Oh my, wait, I love this part.
Gods are back.
Our gods are back.
Our gods. How do we stand against that?
That just makes me so emotional, because I feel like, of course, like, a Dalish elf would be like having extra feelings about all this. So I love that they're addressing that, at least with like a companion, and that gives me hope that they're going to address that a bit with like other Dalish elves in this story. Exactly. I think it makes sense to at least have it as an option, and then also offer a tragic ending if people want that, especially considering it's a BioWare game, always giving us choices. Exactly. Like, I totally respect that some people like to experience full-on tragedy, and you know what? I know you can experience that in these games, so you have it. But like, there's a lot of people that don't want to deal with that, so give that option. I mean, it's a game about choices. It should allow that to be possible, and for it to not be hard to figure out either, right? Like, not be hard to get that ending. Exactly. Yeah. No, I love hearing that reaction from Balara. Like, that just, it gives me hope for how they're going to handle the different reactions that different characters that you create should have for the story. They did a good job with that in Inquisition, especially compared to like the other two games, right? At least in my opinion. But there were certain instances that it wasn't handled as well as it could have been, and so I'm hopeful that they just made it even better. I just want to write a Griffin. That would be amazing. I hope we get to take him out like as a companion. That'd be awesome. I mean, I'm assuming we can, just because, or maybe he just like comes along with Davrin. But like, you know, in Origins at least, like, and I guess technically in Dragon Age 2 you get your own house Mabari, but like in Origins you get to bring along the dog too. Yeah, he does look a little small. Maybe by the end of it.
I believe in
Okay, so this person looks blighted.
all of us.
I feel like, so there was also this moment with Lucanus, and again, I might be pronouncing that wrong. He was like confronting someone personally, and it seems like all of them are gonna have to like confront someone, possibly. I mean, you can be absolutely horrible in Dragon Age Inquisition, giving a choice to punch Solus and Dorian, for example, but it's never forced on us, so I'm hopeful for a happy ending. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and especially in, like, those are, like, companion plot lines, right? Like, that's, like, you have to get to a certain level to even be able to do that. I'm more just, like, you know, whenever it comes to, like, the plot itself. But I guess, like, what's really great about Dragon Age is, like, the characters' stories and their arcs drive the plot, so I see your point, and I'm really hopeful about that too. Okay.
So let's get it done.
Oh. Okay, so the combat looks really fun. I always play as a mage, but like because I don't like the other style of combat in Dragon Age games, but he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Hold on. Look at him go. Look at him go. Wait, don't stop. Okay. Hold on. Oh, okay. I mean, like, he's not as big as the dragon, but the dragons are huge. So I'm still thinking about, like, look down here in comparison. Like, your person's gonna be, like, this big, right? So you're gonna be standing next to, like, in comparison, like, still a really huge dog. Oh my god. I mean, I like that he's going after to like help fight in the situation. I like that. That's exciting. He is confirmed to be the size of a high dragon. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I mean, he's huge, right? Like, he's huge. This is just, that's a fucking big dragon. Excuse my language. So scared for him. I mean, I'll get to my feelings about like my fears and then like my hopes. But overall, I'm feeling excited about this because, like, yes, drama, action, like, that's fun. And we've been wanting to see him in his wolfy form for so long. And it's like, I was expecting to see it in this one. Like, they first called the game Dreadwolf. Like, I was expecting to see him at some point. I'm surprised they showed it in the trailer. But that's exciting. I think it's a little funny. He's a little bald as a wolf. I love him. He's a little bit bald as a wolf. It's giving, like, I'm excited about this. It's definitely giving, like, slightly werewolf vibes, which would make sense. And then also, he looks a lot more like the wolf looks like in the drawings that are depicted of him, and not, like I said, not like the statues that we've seen that are just a big wolf, right? Like, he looks a little different. I'm excited about that. He's going against the Evaners. Exactly, like, as he would be. Like, I'm sure he's... I mean, maybe they weren't in dragon form before, granted, but I'm sure he's had fights like this before in his past. So that's why I'm also, like, not incredibly worried. Like, he might be severely injured, but I'm always hopeful, like, we can bring him back from that. I'm also thinking kind of like, he's giving Beauty and the Beast here. Like, he's giving the Beast a bit. He's gonna get hurt in the last battle, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. He's so mangy. I love him. He is. It makes sense, right? Like, I would expect nothing less. Like, he's gonna look a little bit like a monster, not like your puppy, right? Okay. Let's see. Hold on one second. We're trying. Oh. You see his face. And I see the eyes. Oh, look at that snout. Oh my god. Look at the eyes. Like, it's definitely, like, I love this, but it's definitely, like, he just looks like a monster. Like, in the best way. That is a compliment. I'm not meaning that in a bad way. Like, I keep saying this, he just looks not like a big dog. He looks like a true dread wolf, right? He looks so good, but he's about to bite this dragon, and that's a little concerning. Maybe he has some special powers. We don't know. He might be fine. Maybe he's bitten blighted gods before. It's fine. Can you pet him? Well, that's the big question that we all have, I think. He can pet me. The Dreadwolf form must have had a purpose in the past, so I'm sure he's fought in that form before. Exactly. Like, I'm like, he knows what he's doing. Like, I'm not gonna be too scared for him. Like, a little bit worried for our sad elven lover friend, but I think he's gonna be okay. Yeah. Well, the eyes look like how they are drawn, right? Which I guess they're similar to the Pride demons, right? But are we aware, like, is that the only other demon that has eyes like that, or is there more? I'm not sure. I hope he doesn't get the blight. Let's not talk about that. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. We can stop the blight. It's fine. Go back to the origins and what we had to do for Scooby. Well, I called him Scooby. Oh, he does like legit bite him. Hold on. Look at that. Sorry, it's like a little bit blurry, but he's legit like going in for it. Exactly, Lexa. Like, they're fine. They're gonna come out of this just fine. We're living in that land. We're not gonna accept any other alternative. Right? He just has like these two open, I think. Or they're about to be closed. Okay, so we know these two. Or we don't know who they are, but we've seen this before. Because I don't know if anyone's confirmed their theories on who these two are, but I've heard like two different things. Hold on. A young German Shepherd. He's definitely has like a German Shepherd stout going on. Gillenine, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, and Mythal's husband. Oh, okay, they've been confirmed. They were already name dropped. Okay. See, this is why I'm doing this stream, so that I can get caught up on everything. Y'all can tell me what's going on. I'm confused by what all is happening here. Like, okay, we're not going to get a good viewing. I will probably have to go see the other trailer to see that better. But big skeleton man. I'm wondering if this is just like a friend that our necromancer has control of, or if this is an enemy. He's just Mythal's husband. He's just Ken. Gillenine was the one who created monsters, so it makes sense. She looks kind of effed up. Oh, okay. See, I need to like lean into the lore a little bit. I know like a lot about very specific things, and what I mean by that is soulless, but other than that, I don't know as much. Look at this one. This one looks different. Look at those horns. And it's huge. It's huge. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just like so thrown off by that. Oh, wait. What was that? Is this that artifact that they find and they have like a couple loopies around it for some reason? Okay. But she also created the Hala. Okay. Gillinan may have merged with Andrewel, and that's why she looks messed up. Oh. May have merged. I'm scared of what that means. Like, possessed her and took her body with her as well? That's horrifying. Didn't she also force Solus to sleep with her or something and lock him in a tower? What the fuck? Poor Solus. But he, of course, tricked his way out. Oh, yeah. Like, this is... Who is this? Questions. Is this someone's Inquisitor? Or is this a new character? Or is this your Rook if you're given that battle scene? I can't tell with, like, the outfits yet. There's a lot of characters from the comics and short stories. I haven't read any of them, so I probably should. Oh my god, poor soul. I didn't know that. That makes me very uncomfortable. And now Gillenine, it's over for you. You're gonna die. Okay. That's theorized to be a character from a previous comic who's a veil jumper. Okay. So not one of our characters that we create. Another veil jumper. Because to me, I can't really make out what this is, but it's giving that artifact that we saw earlier in the trailer with Balara. Don't know what the little ringy loops are. That's interesting. But we've seen these ringy loops in different situations throughout the trailer. I'll have to like go back. I swear I've seen them before, but just not with that artifact. Interesting. Oh, Arlathon. Arlathon, and these guys have got to be... Oh, new subscription. Thank you so much. I'm just like a baby account, and I always get so excited when someone subscribes. Thank you. I can't really... Oh, oops. Let's go back. Okay. So these are like, they're obviously like guardians of some sort. It's interesting because it's definitely like an elven guardian, right? But it's kind of giving like the golems of the dwarves, which is kind of like another, you know, strange connection between the two. At least whenever it comes to how magic is used and controlled a little bit with them. Okay. All right, we'll keep going. Ooh, more powers by her. I like how she's just so flabbergasted and confused by it. I mean, I would be too. They got the faces and the knees. Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, I saw the armor and I was like, that's the elven stuff. I guess the old school, like, Sentinel elven stuff. They look so, like, they just look more, like, cartoonish and blighty, and I mean it in the best way. That's way more interesting to me than just kind of, like, I don't know, zombie-like creatures, right? So that is a pride demon, and this is early on, right? Because look at the background. This is the ritual site. Interesting, and I like how, like, they look a little bit more... like disconnected from themselves a little bit. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but they definitely look different, obviously, with these like sticking out from there. It's like lyrium, which is like veins a little bit. Well, this is yeah. I'm trying to still like absorb everything. Oh, you know, look at this like shield. I don't know why I'm just like catching on to this, and it maybe isn't this, but it looks like Hala with all the horns like that, which doesn't quite make sense, but because he's not an elf. But anyways, right? What's going on here? Dev said that there's a reason they look like that, so I guess we shall find out. So the pride demon. I mean, I would assume, like, if we're going to be breaking down the veil, which I think we're all assuming that's happening at some point, or at least, like, shit is going on with the veil, I would assume that kind of creates demons to react a little bit to it, and maybe part of that reaction is just how their bodies literally react to it. It looks great on his knees. Oh. What am I looking at here? What is this? It's a dragon? Hold on. That's definitely an elven shield. I guess it makes sense you can find and use any armors and weapons throughout the game. Yeah, that makes sense. Those are the Eveners in their dragon form. So this is just like... But you know the thing that I'm noticing here? Blue, then red. And, like, it might be nothing, but to me, I'm thinking of lyrium. So, and the blue lyrium is the good kind, and the red is the bad, right? That could totally not be what this is depicting. It's just, like, the first thing that, like, stood out to me. But what is happening here? Like, I can't even make a face out from this. It looks older, doesn't it? Like, whenever you're, like, designing models of something, it looks like an older model. It's not really moving as much. Maybe it's being like controlled by this one? I don't know. Like I'm so curious on that one. Hold on. I gotta go back. It's just like the blue one depth looks deformed. Could be Gilly merged with Andrew then. I see what you're saying. And then maybe Andrew, since they weren't like, I mean, I could be wrong, but maybe like since they weren't wanting to go this route, maybe like that's where the blue is coming from. I don't know. That's interesting. I just have questions. Whew. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so like a lot of different thoughts. I think like, and I have some more thoughts I want to talk about, but didn't they also release, is it from the BioWare Gear store? BioWare Gear, is it? I forget what their gear store. You know, I'm a brand ambassador, and I still don't know about like what is the actual gear store called. Okay. Let's not do that. Okay, so where is, I think this is what I was wanting to look at, possibly. Okay. This is one of the things I wanted to look at. Okay, so this is like the art book, right? And something that I noticed people talking about a long time ago, and I noticed this too, but his eyes are purple. And look at these kind of like, it's giving Pride Demon vibes here. Like, what is happening? Also, they've got like glowy eyes. What's going on here? Glowy eyes, glowy eyes. I don't know what it means. It could literally mean nothing, but it could mean something. And what that means, I still don't know. But we've seen glowy eyes a few times before. We've seen it with Anders whenever like he turns to Justice, right? And we've seen it with Solus whenever Solus like uses his powers in Trespasser. And the fact that we're going to be going against Evanurus just gives me wondering, like, is this connected to that somehow? I'm not sure. Okay. Right, maybe connected to the Fate, I'm not sure. Hold up. Okay, it's kind of blurry when I do that. Hold on. Can I open this and, like... Here we go. Okay, that didn't help. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. What? Isn't that the kind of like Flimethol mask? If she controls Solus now it's really on. Now we're really taking her down. Catra mask, yes. Yes. Finally. I get what I've been wanting. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can we appreciate his pose here? Like, it's just so... I don't have the words. He looks so good. Oh, his wolf form. And his blue. Hold up. Okay. I had too many thoughts there, so I just had to like blank out for a second. But again, like when we're thinking about like the blue dragon-like creature, and we're like, why is it blue and not like glowing red? And then again here, Fenrirel is glowing blue, and there's kind of like some odd lines going throughout him. Right, so to me, like the blue is always connected as like just like the normal lyrium that's like not blighted, right? So that gives me hope too. Like, he's not blighted. He looks so good. I'm curious about this dagger. I mean, to me, like, at first I was just like, it's just a tool that he's using to like rip open the veil. Like, we knew that was coming. But I'm curious to learn more about like what else is going on with that, because of the fact that Rook has it on later. Yeah, the cape looks awesome. This whole design looks awesome. And look down here. There's like it's more of like that blue and kind of like the lines, right? But something about it, I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking, but do you remember and I can't remember where this is at. It might be in the Trespasser or it might be in the Descent. But I think it's Trespasser where you're in one of these rooms and it's like in the dwarven ruins and I believe like you're kind of like looking out and there's like coffins, right? And there's kind of like a conversation with Cole there where he's like they're sleeping or something like that. I can't remember exactly the way he puts it because it's been a while since I played Trespasser. Um, I don't know why this reminded me of that, but I just think like kind of like the glowing blue and just like the shapes. I mean, it's very abstract. There's nothing there that's literally showing that. It's just like the thoughts that it evokes in me with it. Um, okay. Oops. Let's go back. Yeah, I haven't bought anything yet, even though I have like a discount code. I need to share that with all of y'all. I need to like find it. Um, okay, so this Rook's coffer. Okay. Light up lyrium dagger. Oh, and it's like true to size. Damn, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna use that as like my actual weapon that I'll keep with me for any reason. I do that. I get scared. Okay. Oh, this isn't really helping. It's all blurry. Rook's deck. I like that Solus is in it. Um, okay, potion flask. Thetis map with quiver. That's really cool. Let me go back. What was it that people were sharing? Because I didn't want to look at it too close. But hold on a second. Whenever I need to go, like this is old, but like they did a good job of like this is how he's gonna look like, and like yep, that's what he looks like. Um, okay, so what was? It's not this. I mean, shop games. I feel like I'm already like in the Veilguard zone, but okay. I like that there's just like a skateboard. You know what? Y'all give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna take like a really short break, like 2 minutes tops. I just need to do something really quick, but I will be right back and I'm gonna also just figure out what I was trying to view next, and so we can look over that. I'll literally be right back. Okay. I am back and I decided to go to Twitter and check out the Dragon Age page and just see like what I've missed from here. Okay, so this is just like the pre-order information, which actually I do want to look into that. Let's see what this is all about. No, we don't know. We already know that. Oh, here's some more photos. I don't think we've seen these. No, we've seen these. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the difference between the standard edition and the deluxe edition. So this one, you know, base game and one, they always have this like blood dragon armor cosmetic. And then this one, okay, just some more weapon and armor sets essentially. Okay, but no like DLC content stuff, which I wasn't expecting from the off the bat, but okay. Pre-order rewards. Oh, I see. Like, okay. My PC's new, so I don't think I need to worry about this, but I will check over that later. Y'all, what if that elf tied to the red lyrium tree in Solus's past is Solus in the past because of Gilly? Oh. I'm thinking it's Felison. Okay. I mean, that'd be interesting. I just don't know how it would be Solus in the past. Like, I don't know how that would be. I mean, it's definitely an interesting thought. It just depends, like, where they're at exactly. Like, if it's, like, some in Hush Whispers kind of thing, but in the past instead of the future. I am very curious about what any of that is. Okay, so this is... Okay. I'm trying to see if like there was anything else in this. Okay. No, this is what we just went over. PC 60, console 70. Interesting. I didn't realize it was more expensive on console. Is that normal? They look good, I have to say. Like, I'm really excited to like be able to play it and not have to like just be wanting to find mods. That'll be nice. I love the mod creators and everything, but it is a hassle to find all the mods and to get things to work in Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, so we kind of went over this as well. What is this? It's just like the Solus pack. I might go for that. Stole Solus's outfit. Went through his closet at the lighthouse. I mean, honestly, that's probably exactly what they do. More Solus stuff. I just love that it's just like, it's all about Solus. Because it is. He's the baby girl. Okay. I saw them post this. Related news. The Voices introducing Dragon Age Day 2023. I swear people were like, and I scrolled really fast over this because I didn't want to see it, but people were talking about like new tarot cards. Is that a thing? Was that just like in this? Oh. Maybe we missed the more detailed photos. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. These are extremely blurry. That Soul's Steelbook is stunning if you buy the disc version of the game. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, there's a card that looks like Inky? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? What? What do you mean by that? Inky? I'm trying to find like, I don't know why I'm looking for like the Lavellin one. That doesn't make sense. It would be a little bit more generic. It's a blue one on the right. Oh. Wait, that's purple. Is it this? I mean, I just can barely make out what I'm looking at. Fifth row. Hold on. Oh, it is this one. Okay. I see. God, it's so blurry. Someone's kind of like, they've got like a cape action going on, which I love because they can match with Solus. I see what y'all are saying. Yeah. The arm. And what's this? I'm intrigued. And it looks like something is I mean, it's obviously not their anchor, but you know what I mean? Like something is glowing on their palm. I'm a little concerned by one thing, and I don't know if it's just because like maybe they're just going with red hair, but I would assume they'd go a little bit more neutral, and I'm like, is the red meant to be something else? Which I'm scared about that. Because nothing is happening to my baby girl. Nothing. I will close the game if anything bad happens to her. Yes, left arm is greenish. It has the staff and magic hand. I'm not convinced it's Inky. I mean, like that was like my one question mark is just like, I feel like something is a little like, unless this is like very significant for every single Inky, I'm confused what this means, right? Like, because for a mage, yes, staff, but not every Inky is a mage. So I'm very curious, unless it's not a staff, maybe, or maybe it's a staff, and maybe it's not like their personal staff. Maybe it's something important to the plot, right? That they are there for. You can't see the face just closed. Yeah. I'm just hoping the red is like outfit and not lyrium. Okay. That's my one concern. It better not be red lyrium. Or we'll just have, you know, like, we'll have Fenrir get all the red lyrium out of her. It's fine. Suck it out of her like poison. I know what I just said. Just we're gonna leave that be. And right next to it, there's like 2 wolves. There are 2 wolves inside of you. Interesting. I don't know what to make of that. Okay, hold on. Let me go back up. I kind of like skipped that when someone said Inky, and all my thoughts just went there. It's giving the devil. I don't know what else to make of that. It's very much like Dragon-like in Red Lyrium. There's like a few companions, it looks like here or something, or maybe golems, or I don't know what's going on here, because like these are teeth. They're being like swallowed up. Solus has 3 tarot cards in that, plus those wolves. Ooh, of course he does. He's the main character. I'm trying to figure out which card is what on tarot cards to see meanings. Ooh. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not super familiar with all of that. My only thoughts are I have a very strong opinion on what Solus's romance card is, actually, and it's not what I think they label it as, but we'll leave that be. It's not what this conversation is about. That looks like Tosh. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Whenever I see something written and I don't hear it pronounced, I start pronouncing it a certain way in my head, and it'll always be that way until someone corrects me. This is interesting. It feels like there's 2 people here, possibly. I'm not sure. I'm seeing horns. Oh, is that Morgan? Why would she have horns, though? But it just kind of looks like how she looks like with her hair. Okay. That first red one might be Algernon. Yeah. He is the fool! Thank you! Thank you! He is the fool. That is, like... I'm sorry, I know I'm not an expert on that, but there's just no way that's that Hierophant. Like, there's just no way. Whenever you, like, go... I'll show you on the BioWare gear store, but if you buy the deck of cards, for Inquisition, it's actually labeled as the Hierophant. Yeah. And it's like, it's not. it's not. Maybe his like original card, like I don't know, I don't study it that much. But not the romance one. But they label the romance one that, and it's just not. And that doesn't even make sense. But anyways. Okay, so this one, there's a shield with wings. Is this... And then there's like a cup. And I'm seeing like... It's kind of giving Grey Warden. Because like, you know, they drink out of the cup for sacrifice and all that. I thought it was the Hermit, Fool, in the Tower. Yeah, I thought... Okay, yeah. So I think I thought the same thing too. I'm trying to remember exactly the way I've remembered it. But yeah, the Hermit makes sense for the first one, you're right. And then the Fool, and I don't think I really looked into the other version that's available. Okay, exactly. Like, so we all agree that is the Fool, because I'm looking up right now because it's right above me because I have the lithograph, but I also got Daisies done, and I literally had it as like the Fool intertwined with like the Llewellyn starter card. Like that was the inspiration. And like the positioning and the white animal, the golden leaves kind of act as the sun. And it just, so many reasons. I won't go into it. Next one. Why was my first thought Liliana? I know it's not Liliana, but okay. Sword, red hand. Some type of weird stuff kind of thing again. Or possibly a bow and arrow. Not sure. This one's interesting. I think my dog just crashed into the coffee table. Anyways, she's okay. It might just be the way the makeup is, but it looks like another pair of glowing eyes. That's all I can make out of that one. Ooh. This looks something in the Fade world, kind of, or Arlathon, or the Crossroads, or something. There he is! There's our boy. Someone theorized that Solus paints the tarot cards in universe. That's why some cards seem mislabeled, because it's from his perspective. Excited to see if that theory holds up in this game. That's an interesting way to look at it. I don't know if I like 100% agree, but like I like thinking about it that way, because that would kind of make sense that he would see himself more like, no, I'm not the Fool. Except no way, I think he would see himself as that. Like he knows that. I don't know. Maybe someone who is the Fool in that situation wouldn't see themselves that way. I'm not sure. This is giving... Is it Neve? Again, I hope that's correct. This is giving like Grey Wardens because of that. We're seeing a shield and a sword, but I can't really make out any more of that. Canary. That's that big skeleton man. I'm really curious to know if that's like someone that's working with us or against us. Nev. Okay. I like that better. So I hope it's that. This one looks like it's very like vampire-esque. That looks like Min Mathis. Ooh, what's happening here? There's some glowy greenness going on to someone's chest here. That's interesting. Oh, maybe it's like Veil Jumper? I don't know. Um, okay. Don't really have many thoughts on this one. Oh, there we go. That's our one of our companions. Oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? Again, I haven't paid that too much attention to the companions yet because it's just like I want to just experience them as the game will present them to me. You know what I mean? Imric. Okay. Um, okay. These two are interesting. They marry each other. You know what? These two marry each other. Maybe these are like starter cards. Like you know how in Inquisition you have like whenever you're choosing like your Lavellan like or your Trevelyan, whatever, like you have starter cards. Maybe that's what these are. Um, the Darkspawn. Interesting. Don't really have many thoughts on that one. Now I'm gonna keep looking and see if there's like any ones that like parallel. Oh, these two parallel. Wait a second. Look at these two daggers. I mean, that's the dagger that we know that's like meant to open the veil, right? And then it looks blighted. Interesting. Interesting. So it's got lyrium in it. Okay. Yeah. I don't. Oh. Oh, it might be just because like it's so blurry. I just thought it was the same thing and also the design, but it could be that maybe the idol was meant to be a dagger and it's just so corrupted. And maybe that would explain why Solus was looking for it. Maybe he uncorrupted it. Can Solus uncorrupt things? Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry. So many thoughts. So many thoughts. Okay. Don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna be honest. Someone is coming out of a pool of like red lyrium or blood. I went with red lyrium. um okay. That looks like an atomic bomb. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, okay. More necromancy stuff. More red lyrium kind of stuff. Souls again. Oh my God. Wait, so these two kind of like interesting. I'm really curious how these two like play in the game. Like, do you start off with this one? Does it change? Like, I'm kind of thinking of like Inquisition style, how like the cards change throughout the story depending on your relationship with companions. I see like a crow and a sword. This might be a starter card for a crow. Right, I was gonna say like I feel like I've seen these for a while. That's interesting. Maybe it actually depends which one you start off as, but wait, that doesn't make sense because he kind of starts off, I don't know, kind of in the same position at least, regardless of your relationship with him, or maybe I could be entirely wrong on that. It's kind of giving like the necropolis, but could be something else entirely. Some blighted land, someone rising up from hell, I guess. There's our baby boy. He looks so good. And with like the blue, that makes me so excited. I'm gonna see it as an omen of like good things whenever I see the blue and just bad when I see the red. I think that's the best way to take it. Someone theorized that those two Solus cards are like they change depending on how you treat Solus. He will just be Solus card if he likes you and Venerel card if he doesn't. That'd be interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily if he doesn't. I feel like that's just like more of like a starter card, right? And maybe this changes one direction. Maybe that's another direction. Maybe these are like two different directions. And maybe there's another one we're not catching up here on. I'm not sure. Excuse me. I I I feel like for a satisfying ending for Solus, he can't like it has to satisfy so many different things for this character that I can't imagine him just being soulless. Like I think like he's always going to be this like huge figure. Um but I hope like it ends in a way that is very hopeful and that he can continue to keep doing good things and learn. And like a big part of his arc is about trusting people. And so I hope a big part of a good conclusion to that is that he gets to have so many people close to him that he can trust. So I think that would make the most sense to me. So I don't know exactly what that would look like because it kind of depends on what direction the story goes. But I think the happiest ending is obviously with Llewellyn. If, of course, I don't think I should have to say this disclaimer, but since I am on stream and not like on my own personal Twitter profile, I don't mean literally a Llewellyn that's not romance with it. I'm talking about mine, and I'm talking about anyone else who plays that route, is obviously get to still be with them, and in my head gets to be with them and they get to be immortal too, just because like the veil has come down and they bring magic back. But even if that's not true, that's fine. That's just like my crazy headcanon dream. And in a way that he can still do something, like he's just, I can't see him just being like, you know, stay at home husband. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's got to have like this bigger purpose going on, and I need to see that fulfilled for him as well. I want him to join a group with the Velen that's dedicated to the freedom of all people. So this is a fighter, a traveler, and a helper. Exactly. Like he's his whole point, his whole purpose in his life has been towards a bigger cause, right? So it's like I don't want his ending to be that he has no cause left to like continue to help, because like that's the way of the world. Like there will always be new conflicts, and there will always be, you will always have to continue to fight for freedom for people. Like there's no ending of that. So like I just can't see him just being like, well, that's it, we brought down the veil and everything is okay and I get to just like chill in Skyhold. I don't see that. But I really want him to continue to be able to get to help people the way that he was like he strives to, and for it to actually work for once, and get to be able to be around people and get close to them, since he's never really been able to do that, or allowed that for himself. Sorry, I got distracted by Solus here, but that looks like Manathas again, baby. Maybe not. I think it's just like the color tones are giving that, but like, I'm not sure. This is scary. It's almost giving Flimithal a little bit. A little bit, but it's also got those like those antler horn things that we see with Gillenine, so it might be her. This is like, this is giving like Underworld and someone making a deal with them. I'm not sure. My thought is that after the veil falls, the Veilguard functionally acts as the veil, keeping demons and gods at bay. That would be so cool. I would love that. I would love that. That looks like Gillenine talking to someone. The tentacles. Oh, and like if you look at it, if it's like head from like this side, right? It kind of still has that like antler shape. You're right. Yeah. Right, exactly. Interesting. So there's like some elf, or maybe it's dwarven ears, because dwarves are kind of, no, they don't have pointy ears, but I don't know what's happening here. This is the one that everyone thinks is Inky, and I'm hoping there's a card for Inky for sure, and I think like out of all the ones we've seen so far, I get like, that makes the most sense. It just, if it is, I need some explanation of like, what is this? What is that? It's gotta be something. Oh, Kunari, you're right. I forgot they have pointy ears too. Okay. Or it might be like ogres have pointy ears too, because didn't they used to be elves, or am I confusing Lord of the Rings with this? 2 wolves. Don't have much more information on that, but that's interesting. Maybe it's Solus's dad or mom. Oh my god. Ogres used to be Kunari. Okay, so that's the difference here. It's not like Lord of the Rings where they used to be elves. or no, not ogres, but not Urukai. Those are the ones created. Wow, I need to read Lord of the Rings again. Shrieks used to be elves. Hurlocks were humans. And Ginlocks were dwarves. Okay. Luna, please don't attack the screen. Oh, she just patted at Inky. If that's Inky. Okay. We've already seen him as Lucanus, and then I don't know what to make of this one. Interesting, like, headgear going on here. They're holding something important. Luna has spoken, it's Inky. She's like, I know her. I see her all the time. Ooh, ruins. Okay, that's giving Canary, for sure. Maybe Morgan. The armor doesn't really seem like her, but possibly, because something with the head gear that's going on here. And she would probably be holding something important. What is going on here? Oh, this is like the tangled woods kind of creepy stuff that was going on. Okay. A feather? Interesting. What's interesting about this? Oh my god, Luna just bit at the screen. She has a lot of opinions on this too. What's interesting about this one is it's just so singular. It's reminding me of like these two. Like it's like a important weapon. What if it's a griffin feather? I don't know why that would be important, but maybe the reason they disappeared was a bigger reason than we thought. I don't know. Luna, I cannot see this. Ooh, this is like very pretty. I like this. Maybe this can be the happily ever after land. And then this is also like a crow, right? This might be like a crow origin tarot card. Okay, interesting. I mean, those are all my thoughts on this. Like, it's really cool to look at. I obviously can't infer too much from them, but we also know that Inquisition tarot cards were a big deal. So it's like really cool that they're bringing this back and that we get to see it before the game is released because, you know, there might be some big implications for something like this or seeing like changes in certain characters, right? And maybe certain ones are changes that we're just not picking up on because we're not as familiar with the character or how they might change. Ooh, I see what you're saying. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of like Ravane. I was thinking like it might be that. But why would there be just like a tarot card for a location? But I mean, I guess they are doing that. Okay. That's a good idea. Again, I'm not an expert in understanding what each one means, but I think I did a good job with interpreting at least Solus's cards because I was automatically like, no, that's not the Hierophant, but you know. Okay, very interesting. Okay. So I'm trying to see if I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to look at to like close out my thoughts on this. Let me go back to will be Steam Deck verified, a Steam native. I mean, yeah, oh my god, bless. Oh my god, amazing. Fantastic. Okay, I don't think there was anything else, unless there is something else that y'all noticed happened. Yeah, not everyone wants to go Ravane. Yeah, I always notice that too. I'm like, he have a bad story there? Okay. I guess there's not too much else to go through. Oh my god. I need to save this. I just like, I love him. I just hope he's not the last one. That would be so sad. Oh my god. Oh wait, I can like look at all these photos. I never did that. Let me scroll up. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, that's just like a rook that you can create. I do want to click on it because I want to like look. Oh, this is like whenever he's going through the Alluvian. I really love like the graphics, like the design in this. I love the style. I think it looks so good. It's fun. It's unique. I love it. He looks amazing. Like this style, like I don't know why the ears just look so good. They just look like you know what it is? Like in She-Ra, like her season 5 gear, like the like face helmet thing that she has. It looks like those like side ears, and I love that. And isn't that Gillanine's design? I think so. He looks so good. I really love the design. And I'm really liking like these like popped collars everyone has. Nev. I don't know what's going on with her hat, but you know what, girl? That's your style. I'm really interested in this character. I really want to know more about them. Especially like there's like one horn that's like a crystal. It's interesting. And I just love their gear. And are they Tal Vishoth? Do we know that about them? Or are they still with the Coon? Okay, and that was the last one that they shared, at least in this thread. Okay. Very cool. I'm excited. I was not expecting. I want to like talk about the trailer again. I was not expecting to see anything about the Inquisitor because I think that would be so tough to share in a trailer because that's everyone's own created character. And I get like they're gonna share Rook, but I think it's just tougher to share the Inquisitor in a trailer, right? But I do have questions. My biggest one is about Morgan. And again, like I mentioned earlier, is that what we see from her in the trailer? Is that irrespective of if she drank from the well or not? That's just Morgan back and that's nothing to do with that? Or is it in relation to that? And if it is, what about Inky? Like, what about an Inky that drank from the well? How would that change possibly? I'm not sure if it would. Again, I don't have any theories as far as like exactly what I think is going to happen. I have like certain expectations just because of like storyline and plot and story beats of like what makes sense for what's next. I have certain expectations for it. And but I don't really have precise theories of what's going to happen. Oh, it said it in the caption. Sorry, I just missed that. Yeah, exactly. That's like my thoughts. I'm like, I hope they have like sorry, the comment is I hope Morgan and Inky comes back separately, not tied up in the same decision. And I exactly like the reason I was questioning that is like I hope that is like just Morgan's, like regardless of what happened with the will, that's just how what we see from her so far, that is just her own plot line that's going on there. Because I think it would suck if like it takes away from either one of them, depending on what that decision was, right? I mean, I guess it would have to in some way, but not in anything like super significant. I hope that's like not their only plot line. I hope that makes sense. Should we watch the Thetis Calls one? Oh, what's the Thetis Calls trailer? Did I miss that entirely? Official gameplay reveal. Official reveal trailer. Oh, this one.
We fight for everyone.
and we always will. The crows rule Antiva.
Glory
I love the way this
to the
looks.
risen gods. They've come to deliver this world.
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run.
So we're going to Weishaupt?
All the world will soon
I think I've seen this before, just like a long time ago.
Comfort of my reign.
I remember when this came out, and what was so funny to me, we heard that like last line, right? And it's obviously not Solus, and not that we would expect it to be Solus saying anything like that. But I remember people being like, wait, that wasn't Solus. Like, you think Solus would be saying he wants to rule the world? Like, how out of character would that be? That's definitely not Solus, but Mythal's husband. Can someone remind me of the name? Kinvenurus. Yeah. It's just her husband. Okay, so let me go back for a second. Hold on. The Grey Wardens. I wanted to like talk about that for a second. First of all, I love how like the map looks in this. It looks fantastic. So I know in some playthroughs, in my playthrough, I basically banished the Wardens back to Weishaupt, and they're highlighting this here, and I'm curious because I've never played it where the Wardens stay with the Inquisition. By the end of like when the Inquisition is over, do they just go back to Weishaupt as well? Like, I'm curious if like that's just regardless of your world state, that's like where they are. Let's see. What else?
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run.
I wonder if that... I wonder... Oh, you know
All
what?
the world.
I just have thoughts there. I'm very curious if we meet Davrin by going to Weishaupt. And maybe, you know, I'm thinking about the Wardens and how closely they are tied to the Blight. Maybe like the Blight is like... Maybe something weird is going on with the Wardens and the Blight itself. Maybe they're all like... I don't know what. But something weird is happening there. And that's like a big plot line as well. And how Davrin gets introduced. And maybe somehow with the Blight breaking out, like the Griffin goes back. I have no idea. I'm so curious about that. But again, someone said that that was actually already mentioned in material outside of the game. So I guess I need to just read into that. Yeah, people being shocked that Solus isn't the big bad was hilarious. Like, have y'all not paid attention? Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, why would he ever say that? That would be so out of character if Solus was suddenly like, I want to rule the world. That's like literally the exact opposite of anything he's ever wanted ever in his life. And that doesn't mean to say he's not capable of causing destruction. It just means not for that reasoning. And
All the world will soon share the peace and comfort of my reign.
and also like sorry, I'm just like trying to control my thoughts here because I feel like they just spun into like 5 different directions, but I'll pause on that. I feel like I was gonna go down a rabbit hole, so never mind on that one. Okay. Honestly, okay, so y'all, I think I'm gonna end this out by let's just like watch the trailer one more time. If there's any other thoughts, we can talk about it.
You have no idea what you have done. The blighted elven gods walked free, all because you disrupted my ritual.
Tell him off!
You battle against gods. They will not rest until you are on your knees. Fearful, cowering, helpless in the face of such power.
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look.
I'm sorry, I love that we've known the plot line, like we called out what the plot line was going to be. Like, all of us solo villains, we knew.
A griffin.
I'm just so excited.
War, victory.
I've been wanting to fight the Evaners. Like, we finally get to.
I've never seen this before. There's something kind of exciting about it. What is happening to me?
Let the Fade draw close.
Draw the dragon out into the open. Then attack.
You and me, Rook. Maybe that's what scares me.
These are the times in which legends are born or slain.
Also, what about her kid? Like, is he an old god? Like,
Our gods are back. Our gods. How do we stand against that?
I believe in all of us. So let's get it done.
combat looks really fun. The howl, too. I heard it that time. Oh my god, so many thoughts. Ugh, y'all. Okay, so wait, the old god whose soul Morgan saves in DAO, who is that? Was it an Avenuris? I know it was supposedly a Tevinter High Dragon, etc., but we don't know yet if that's not the same as the Avenuris. True. Yeah, I have so many thoughts on that. Like, I mean, again, that also depends on your world state if you even see that content, but in Inquisition, you do see her son who's there. So, like, if he's carrying on over to this one, what does that mean? What happens to him? So I'm very curious about that. Some people not knowing the Dreadwolf was an actual wolf. Like, are y'all even paying attention? Right? I'm like, I knew that. Like, I played, like, Dragon Age Inquisition for the first time a couple years ago. The first round through, I understood it was, like, he had an actual wolf form. Like, they show it to you. Like, I don't know. Kieran gonna be 21 years old in Veilguard. Yeah, like, he's gonna be full grown. So interesting. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. My, like, last final thoughts here. I tend to be on the side of having a lot of, like, scary and negative feelings towards new releases of something that I love, because in the past been let down terribly. But I think the reason I'm so hopeful and the reason I'm being really patient is the biggest difference between those stories that let me down in this one is the writers. And, you know, the developers in this game love their story. They love what they're creating, and that shows. And to me, that's what I'm excited about, because I feel like before, the reason, like, I was let down by stories is, like, they just didn't give their characters the stories that they deserved and what everyone was latching on to, because they didn't have their heart in it either. And so this sounds really cheesy, but I just see a lot of heart in this, and I see a lot of heart with the writers, and I'm really hopeful for that reason, and mostly that reason alone. And also, like, if I look at my own feelings of, like my own fears, I get all trapped in, like, worrying. But if I actually sit down and look logically of, like, what the story is telling me, and every bit of information that has been presented to me, and I actually analyze it in a way that's, like, irrespective of my own fears, I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's gonna be like a very hopeful, happy ending. Like it's very funny because it's like, actually, if I don't think about my feelings and my own personal feelings on it, it's actually I feel less worried. It's so funny because like in the past it's been very much opposite, where I was just riding on that like feelings alone. Now it's like if I actually step back, I'm just I'm very hopeful for it. And I think also I don't want to be spoiled, even though I also want to make sure that like I'm not diving into something that I'm not going to be upset by, but I will probably basically stay away from Twitter once this comes out for a while. But yeah. So I'm gonna read through your thoughts here. I was like rambling for a moment. But yeah, I've been burned before. Yeah, yeah. We know. We know. Yeah, the trust trauma is real. And Game of Thrones, even though that one's a little bit different because it's like I was expecting it to go a darker route, but just the way it was handled, it was just terrible. But yeah, yeah. So is that old god soul in Souls now since he absorbed something from Flemeth, or is it in the in the well drink? That's a good question. I love that the devs have been very clear that they want to satisfy people and bring Inky because they are connected to Solus and so important to Sora. Yeah, exactly. I think that was my biggest thing when I ended Dragon Age Inquisition. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't aware. I didn't understand how Dragon Age worked, so I just like at the end it was like, okay, so where's part 2? Like, because obviously the story isn't over, so I was just like, okay, when are we getting to see Inky again? So to me, it was like a huge assumption because I didn't play the other games. And so I have now, so I understand how it works, and it's always a new protagonist. I get it. But whenever you have a story that's set up like that, you can't disregard that they were so important to like the setup for this next part, right? So I was really happy to hear that they're coming back and for them to basically verify what we already knew if you paid attention to the story. And I think that's awesome. Yeah, I was so bummed I got in other stories. I'm scared, but I do trust because my favorite writers are still involved. Yeah. Good call staying off Twitter. Yeah. I mean, that's generally just a good call. Exactly. We get Inky back right at the start. I'm so excited. I mean, like, I'm sorry, Rook. I'm going to be excited about you once I get to know you, but I don't know you. I know Inky, and I love Inky, so I'm excited about her more. That's just going to be how it is until I get to know them. But yeah, it's here. I'm excited. I haven't had to wait as long as some of you have, but it still felt like a long time. So I'm super excited. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining in today. This was really fun. I hope y'all had a good time. I'm going to save this and maybe actually start saving my Twitch streams in general and start uploading them to YouTube. And just so that they actually get saved, because I know Twitch, they like disappear after a week or so. So, all right, y'all, thanks for joining in. And, oh, wait, hold on. I got excited about Rook making it Lavellin's kid. That's actually a fantastic idea. I don't have that headcanon for mine, but that makes perfect sense. I love that. Okay, y'all. All right. Bye, y'all. I'll hopefully talk to y'all tomorrow.